Yeah, I come in every single week and we work our tail off as a group, and myself included, and I want to maximize every single thing. That's why I get frustrated. That's why my frustration comes about because I have such a talented group, whether it's the whole team really, special teams, defense. But speaking on offense, we have such a talented group and special group, and we got guys that really care, and so we can do something special for Chicago. And the frustration comes in just because you want to maximize, you don't want to waste time, you don't want to waste a year or anything like that, and that's why we get up that's why I get up every day, and so. We haven't hit our pinnacle yet in the sense of a team and execution on offense, and we're still winning these games, and so that's really important, and that's why I'm extremely excited. But you go watch the film and you see all these explosive plays, or you see all these small details that show up that are awesome to learn from after the game. But in the moment, you want to hit those, you want to have these moments and just hit on all cylinders, and so that's coming, and we're going to show our best ball here soon.
Do you feel like you're going to wake up tomorrow and the whole world's going to have a whole new opinion, a whole new level of expectations for the Bears?
Probably. They'll probably say whatever they have to say, and but that really doesn't faze us. That really doesn't really deal with us. We have no expectation other than to go in, work hard, give our best effort on Sundays, and every once in a while Friday maybe. But give our best effort and try and come out victorious. Other than that, the outside noise, everybody's expectations, everybody's thoughts, everybody, we could care less.
Caleb, the couple more biggest run of the day came right after Sean got the takeaway.
Yep.
How do you describe that momentum swing? Kyle was 30 after the next snap.
Yeah, that was right after I threw my interception, right? And we got the Nashawn fumble. Yeah. Tremendous job by the defense to start there. When you have such a momentum swing and you give them, such great field position like I did, throwing that interception, it's kudos to them first, and then having that momentum swing back in our favor, and then having a big explosive play is really important. It shows who we are as a team. It shows the adversity and how we fight through and how we show up for each other, and so it was huge for us.
How do you describe this team's ability to just stay locked in the now?
Yeah, that's who we've been. We started off 0-2, and there was a lot of noise. We go on this streak of winning, a lot of noise, and so we understand where we are, we understand who we are, we understand where we're going to be as a team, and you focus on that, you focus on the betterment of the team as a group, and you come out with these wins week to week, and you don't let the noise, the outside noise, the negative moments, shine too bright within us and within our group, and it's a positive thing that we've been able to do this year, and something we got to keep doing. Statement. And that's just another game for us. Focus on being 1-0 each week, and we keep doing that. We keep focusing on what's inside, the noise inside of the building. Honestly, it doesn't. The statements and all of that is more of the outside noise, more of kind of stuff for y'all to kind of talk about, and the analysts and all the whoever to talk about. And so we'll keep focusing on ourselves. We'll keep focusing on being 1-0. We'll keep focusing on finding ways to win games, but also find ways to better ourselves so we can be where we want to be.
Does beating the defending Super Bowl champion at their place in primetime feel important?
Yeah, it's a division game, or NFC game, and so it is very important to us because we understand what it is and what it means for us. But going into the game, you don't put that type of energy, you don't put that type of pressure, you don't put that type of focus or comparisons or anything like that. You focus on being 1-0. You focus on winning the game, and however it looks, however it feels, just focus on coming out with the win. That's the most important thing.
What did you see on that touchdown pass to Komet, and how tough was it to put a touch on the ball
with the win? Yeah, that's the fun part about playing QB. It's dealing with the conditions, and then finding ways to kind of calculate where you need to put the ball, and how much air, especially when you have such weird gust that we had today. It would be kind of no wind, and then random points to be super heavy gust, and so Cole ran a great route, and they ended up dropping them, and just kind of saw him flash. It's the play we haven't really practiced too much, especially this week was short week and all of that. So It was something that we trusted, something we believe in ourselves as a team, as an offense, and as players. And Cole ran a great route, like I said. They kind of dropped him, saw a defender trying to catch up to him, just wanted to lay it out there, let the wind kind of push it back to him, and Cole made a great catch.
Were you looking at him the whole way, or were you just about to consider a check down?
I was about to consider the check down, and I looked up because I had space and time. There was a defender starting to chase Swift, and so I ended up looking up and peeked up, saw Cole, and like I said, gave him a good ball and let him go make a play.
And did Ben take his shirt off in the
He did take his shirt off. He's a man of the people. Let's say that. Yeah.
How important was this run game to this success today, and did that even surprise you?
No, it's not a surprise. We got elite backs. We have an elite offensive line, and we have a elite wide receiver group that is willing to go put themselves out there and block for the betterment of the team. Even on a day where maybe we're not going to throw as much, or the conditions are affecting it a little bit, affecting the pass game and things like that. And so their willingness, especially with who they are, the type of receivers they are, where they've been drafted, and how special they are, their willingness to go out there and block. It's tremendous. It's awesome to watch. It's awesome to see from my point of view, but also can't wait to go watch it on film and kind of get excited about it, because that's the sacrifice we need. That's the sacrifice that we want every single week from everybody on the field. And so them being able to do that is tremendous for us.
Did you hear the stat that the last time the Bears had 200 yards rushing?
Yeah, 1985. That's a cool stat, right? And so having that, I know it provides a lot of confidence within the coaching. I know it provides a lot of confidence in the O-line and running backs, especially that, they can put the game on their back. They can do everything, that we need to win for us. And, when it comes time for us to pass or whatever the case may be, we can do it. And, we did that today. But, when it came down to it, we put the ball in the running back's hands, and they were electric for us.
You mentioned from your perspective, what is it like when you hand the ball off and you look and you turn around and
you
look
see a
up
crease?
And,
yeah, it's super fun. I don't know if y'all ever kind of see me back there, but when I see a crease, I start getting really excited. I start jumping around like a little kid. And so, I'm excited, for those guys. Those are my brothers. And I get up, like I've said before, I get up every single day to go out here and work my hardest so that these guys can succeed. And, I'm going to keep doing that because it's supremely fun to, see smiles in those guys' faces after games, but also during games when, they're being explosive. O-line, is doing a hell of a job. Wide receivers blocking well, and the, running backs are having these big explosive plays. So, we're going to keep chugging along, and, we're going to keep winning these games.
Did you get the sense that their defense was getting demoralized, especially when they were opening up those big gaps?
Yeah, I think anytime you start, you start having explosive plays, and especially explosive plays through the run game, you start tiring out defenses. You go in wide zone, you go keepers, you start misdirections, all these different things, and mental, their mental, I would say, gets tired. That's what you typically see, but also physically you get tired, and so. That's kudos to our head coach and our offensive staff, and then also, like I said, the players.
What did you see on the fourth down pass to Colston?
Going that way? Yeah. He was one-on-one, safety rotated down, and they're a match team. And so he ended up basically being one-on-one, and, just tried to give him a good ball. He ran a great route. Defender fell down, and, those are moments, key moments where you got to give your guy a shot, and he ran a great route, and it was an easy completion.
It seemed like a couple of your receivers had trouble with the footing earlier. Was there any part of you at the moment that went, oh, one of their guys fell down this time?
Yeah, those are always, when I actually started to throw the ball, I made sure I threw, because he ended up getting a little bit closer to the side.